This is Out Loud and Laughing.
What is up, chosen fam? Welcome back to another episode of Out Loud and Laughing. Today is a very special, very high stakes episode for us. Usually we bring on actors, authors, or digital icons, but today we are sitting with the woman who actually created the blueprint for who we are. She is a Cuban-born powerhouse, a retired educator who spent 30 plus years shaping young minds, and the ultimate world traveler who has seen everything from the Great Wall of China to the peaks of Peru. But most importantly, she is the heart of our family. She's my mom and John's other mom. Please
Ah,
welcome the legendary, the one and only B. Hi,
hi.
mom.
Hello. Good
Hi,
morning,
guys.
Tia. Hi. How are you doing today? Listen, I was so excited to have this episode, so thank you for being here with us today.
Yes, I'm excited also, and nostalgic.
Yeah, I love it. John, let's kick off. Yeah, let's do we have all these
Okay, let's
questions
go.
for you, mom.
Thank you, Brian. So, Dia, so for people
Yes.
who are out there listening, that's aunt in Spanish. We are so happy to have you here with us, like I already said. But between you and my mom, I feel like you both are our number one fans, from the podcast to life. So, before we get into the questions, we have to check in. How are you feeling on being on a podcast with your two favorite boys? And are you ready to share embarrassing memories with our chosen family? Because we're just
Absolutely.
warming you up.
Yes.
Love
Okay.
it. Well, mom, we've talked a lot about my grit, right? My determination and how I got it from you, right? So, like, you came from Cuba in the 70s. You worked your way through a bakery at Publix and did something most people find impossible. You actually got your college degree one single class at a time while raising kids and working. When you look back at young women in the bakery versus that Nana who's traveling now, like, what's the one thing about yourself that has never really changed?
Perseverance, my faith. And I always say I can do it, just one step at a time. Just like when I went to school, when I had your guides, I said I don't want to lose any time from you or in Christopher. So I would take one class at a time. It took me 12 years to get my no, my associate.
Mhm.
And then
Wow.
from
Yeah.
yes, my associate. And then from there I moved over to NOAA to do a bachelor. And then when you guys went to college, no, to high school, I said it's time for my master. So yes, a lot of work.
What is it like though? We hear a lot, being older now, we like sort of understand how difficult being an adult is, right? There are so many responsibilities. But you guys were assimilating into a culture. You were raising kids. Our dads worked so hard. So, a lot of times we talked about this on the pod. It was you and my mom, like kind of co-raising all of us, the four siblings. And then you had all of these dreams and hopes on top of it. So when it was like quiet moments and the kids were asleep and it was just you, Dia, like sort of what stories were you telling yourself in your head and how did you get here to this moment?
Pretty much it was mostly one day at a time I took it. Um, I get emotional now.
Oh,
Your mom, Olga, both of us supported each other when it was, so we lived close by. So that was like the mostly important thing for us. My parents lived in West Palm. They were like over with grandkids because we had the other three siblings there had kids already. So it was just her and I just doing it. So the support was there when we didn't have your dad Frank and your dad, Bryan, Tom.
Yeah.
They were working 7 days a week to build up their business or working to just just to live. And then little by little, we just perseverance. But the support was there between the husbands and my sister. So I got emotional.
Yeah, I mean, but,
oh, yeah.
I mean, it's okay. I mean, that's the whole point of this episode for Mother's Day because I think what's interesting and, when people hear like, the mom was doing all the raising and the dad was out of the house, it was because our dads were just trying to make money, right?
Exactly.
And so they weren't absent parents. They were just trying to hustle to make sure that you could put food on the table because
Exactly.
you took a job as a teacher and you took a job as a teacher just because we were able to go to school with you and you were making what, $10,000, $12,000 a year that you were
Yes.
making no money. It
No
was just
money.
to be able to like parent. Like, fun fact, my preschool teacher was my mom, and it was her first year of teaching. And
Yes.
so, like, full circle moment of, like, when we talk about grit, like, the one thing that I feel like I've gotten from you is, like, I just don't give up. Like, and you know this, like, I hear no, and I just keep
Yeah.
finding that yes, and
Yeah,
I don't even give
exactly.
a shit. And John's also gotten that grit too because he's gone through his hurdles and struggles. And so we just wanna make sure we launch with that just so people can hear, like, you're a strong woman and you've gone through a lot, and who you are today is probably because of that journey.
Right. And going back to one part of your question is, now in my quiet times, when I see people traveling and doing stuff, I said, "One day, I would do it." It's not that I envy them or anything like that. I always say, "My turn will come, and 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 here I am."
That's so beautiful. 2 things that I took away from what you just shared, Dia, is you said one day at a time it took you, but then you also had faith that one day there will be a time that you'll get
There
to
will be a
enjoy.
time.
Uh-huh. And then the funny thing is, showing your dedication and your faith and your love to your family is a lot of people go to work to get away from their kids. Like you went to work to like keep your family close, you
Yep.
know? And so there really was no you time sometimes because it was 24/7, like
But
with the
yeah,
family, with the
but but
kids.
but I
Yeah.
but I still even now, I enjoy it. I enjoy going to the kid you guys. I enjoy family. Family is the core, and I'm gonna miss your mom,
Yeah.
but I know she's traveling. I'm happy for her. She's decided she'd actually retire now, and they have their own journey now that they're going to travel, and I'm just like technology, we'll not be together, but we together in the same time like I'm with you guys now. So, I'm very happy for them.
Okay, so I gotta bring us back on track here because I totally took us off course a little bit. But jumping back towards memory lane and bringing us back into that moment of raising us, there was the every one day at a time, there was the day to day, but what was it like in the house with all of the kids running around? I mean, I can remember from my perspective what that was like, because I want to lead into another question. So can you give us a little insight there of what that was like for you?
Back then, there was not much, like, no iPad, TV, there was only the TV,
She's
and
aging
you
us,
guys
guys.
used to like to go that take that antenna for a while, and then, like, when I was born in Cuba, we just in the morning, we just go out. We go out, my mom said, "Just go out." So go outside and meet with your friends or whatever. So that's what I wanted you guys to do, and you guys did not wanna go outside. You guys did not wanna go outside. So I would just say, "Go out," and I just closed the door. I was like, go to the backyard, go to the front yard, go out," and you didn't like it, but I had to try to explore out instead and be inside the house. Um, you guys all got along very well.
Yeah.
Everybody, even in Caroline is Caroline is the older, like, just like the other day, she said, I was the boss of all," 'cause we were
So she thinks.
yeah, so she was in charge of all you 3, but, yeah, no, you guys were good. You guys were good kids. We were always doing stuff together, so
I mean,
Oh,
I have to say now that I'm a parent of a 4 and a 6-year-old, now that it's warming up in New Jersey, whenever I let them go outside and play, the quietness in the house, though, is so magical. So I actually agree now that you're saying you kicked us out, like, even if it was just for 10 minutes, you just needed that 10
that's
minutes.
true too, that's true too.
I
You
was
need quiet time.
I was gonna say, I think we found your quiet time, exactly. It's like,
Yeah.
you're gonna work with us, we got you here to listen, you're like, "Get outside." Um, was there a specific moment, though, when you realized that you weren't raising typical boys like Brian and I, like, that we had a little extra, like, maybe we were
Yes,
different?
yes, yes, yes. Um, uh, it was a conversation when Brian was, like, 2 that not it's just a feeling that a parent that's just a feeling that a mom gets, knowing your child, and I said, "I let it go, just let it see, just see where he goes." And, at that time, the '80s, it was hard not to accept you how you were, and you always think about how hard it's gonna be for you, the journey at that time, because people did not accept. They always criticize or did like stuff. So that's the journey that I thought that I was holding on me, on Tom and I. Danny and I were doing, thinking about it. It's just that journey that that would happen in society, and it's happened today too, as well. And I love you both as you are, and I always said
Yeah,
that. So,
yeah,
I mean, John and I have talked about it, like and we obviously were, like, really young, so we didn't understand it, but you're seeing on the news, like, the rise of the AIDS pandemic and people dying, and that's scary for a mom when they're like, "I love my son who they are, but I also don't want them to die."
right.
now that you mentioned, let me go back to that. When you were born to I think 32 or 36 weeks early, and you were in the intensive care for 2 weeks, and I had to have you have, blood work. That was just blood I was just so scared, and I even had you tested when I to make sure that you didn't have AIDS, because that was a hard time. So having that going through that process and the feeling, but, God thank the Lord.
There's something really, powerful area a little bit that like you sort of shared in this AIDS thing, like because Brian and I as adult men, we've gotten ourselves tested over the years just to make sure that we're safe. And it's just really surprising to hear that you've had that exact moment with a baby.
Yeah,
Actually never heard
absolutely,
that before. So wow, that's crazy.
absolutely.
I think that's super interesting. I mean, looking back, how do you think you navigated that fear, but while also making sure that we always felt safe and loved at home, right? Because if you just talked about it, you had that fear, you guys tested as a baby, but John and I, Chris and Carolyn, I can speak for all 4 of us, we never felt unsafe. We never felt not loved. So you were able to compartmentalize that stress while still raising a family, and that's not an easy thing to do. Can you talk a little bit
Yes.
about that?
Dad and I just had that thought, but yeah, why should I bring it to you? I didn't want to have you worry about anything, as far as that. And I don't know if when you came out, one of the things I actually said, "Have you been tested?" And you say and every time you say, "Yeah," so, that brought me, relaxing and all that.
I would agree with that, Brian. Looking back at our childhood, it was filled with, like you said, the family time, celebrations. Of course, there were all the growing pains. I think that's true with every family. But my memories really are always about how you guys did so much to grow with us and learn with us. And one thing I really loved about you, Dia, is that you just didn't tolerate us. You did the work to understand us, and you grew into this place. Our coming out stories and leading up till now, it's been about 15 years since that has happened, but you grew into this place of radical acceptance. And so I'm asking you, was there a specific book or a conversation, or maybe just a moment that helped flip the switch for you to realize that our identities weren't something to fear, but something to celebrate as well?
You're my kids. I'm not losing my kids, no matter what, no matter what.
Love that.
So
That's simple, y'all.
so that says it all. No matter what, you're my kids.
Yeah. Well, I think while mom's crying a little bit, I think
I
it's
am
important.
too.
But I no, I think it's important though, because I think when she says that, like, people don't understand, like, she has dealt with the idea of people not accepting. And so I think she comes from a place of life experience where she don't want that for her kids. And so I think when you say that, mom, I think it's important for people to know that you have experience being rejected for
Yes,
reasons. And I think that's why it's so important to you to always
yes,
make sure we felt safe, going back to that
absolutely.
question,
Yes,
you know?
yes.
And that's hard when you don't feel accepted. Gay, straight, black, white, everyone feels some level of rejection somehow, and you felt that, so you just
So,
really didn't wanna pass
yes,
that on.
yes.
Yeah.
Just wanna leave it like that. Yes, there's no way that I feel as a mother, even though a child makes mistake or whatever happens, so it doesn't matter. Never ever should you just say, "You're not gonna be I don't want you anymore in my life,
Mhm.
no matter what. I'm brought you to this world, and no matter what." So that's what my the whole journey with everything. It doesn't matter with the family or anything like that. I still believe in that. You guys are my kids. My kids will be enjoy they are
I brought you in this world, I'll take you out of this world.
yes.
Um,
Okay, let's lighten the mood a little bit
yeah,
because
bring it up.
obviously, always I think what's great is like we 100% love you. We know that we're fully accepted by you, but we were also definitely a handful, mom. And I kind of want to get into a little bit of the funny stuff. Like, what's a classic story of John or us as kids that still kind of makes you kind of laugh or roll your eyes? What was something? What are some fun memories as kids that we just kind of bring up? Like when you're like laying on the couch now, you're like you think about something, you're like that was just funny.
Oh my god, let me see.
You know, John and I have talked about camping. We've talked about going to Disney. Like, there's so many memories. There has to be something in that moment where you're like, "Okay, my kids
Well,
are
camping
ridiculous."
was awesome. There's one story that I have from, Sanibel, and we went camping, and I loved how you guys just all of a sudden make up a little skit and they were singing and all that. I love that. You always make up things like all of a sudden. So your creativity always comes to mind when in camping. Let me see. At the beach, we always like the beach, and there's a picture of you guys, you and John sitting down the whole.
But
I
yes,
love that picture.
So,
Just let me see what else can I think about right now. There's so many.
can I ask you actually a question about that picture of John and I in the beach in the hole?
Sure.
Because John and I use that picture a lot, and a part
we
of John
do.
and I have always we've unpacked that picture. Was it because that was like a crib to like keep us from moving? We were like in a deep hole.
That would have been fun for that. No, we thought it was fun. You guys just to open it all day. I think Dad went ahead and put you guys in there.
It's like the Cuban pack and play. It's like a
I
dig
love
and
that
play.
picture.
Just put your kids over here.
Something when you guys were a little bit older, like more like in 10 or 11 when we used to go out and, we will find out things like with a sitter or by yourself or something, you guys would go in the back of the pool and put some alcohol in the in the like, "Oh my god," it sounds like
Yes.
house. So, let me
Uh,
see, but no, it's just I enjoy you as a child growing up, and I enjoy you guys as an adult. It's just such a journey to see both of you. So proud of both of you where you have become. Oh, watching all 4 of you guys. So,
yeah. Out of everything we've done so far, what's the one thing about the men we've become that makes you the proudest?
staying together as a family and doing
Mhm.
things together. So we're still
Yeah,
doing it. We have
we
the
turned it into a
core.
Yeah,
podcast.
it turned it into a
Yeah, that's what
podcast.
and, yeah, and we've been vacationing together even as adults. I mean, I can't wait now. We're gonna be vacationing in Spain to celebrate
Yeah.
Bryan's
Really?
anniversary.
I know.
Yeah,
So
so,
exciting.
that's it. That's what I wanted, and that's why I feel that that's, still going on in at this time in our life.
You know that the 4 of us have a pact that we wanna stay together for our whole lives, and, we've revisited it as recent as last year when, we said goodbye to Abuela, and we went to lunch together. That was we realized that that was the first time the 4 of us as adults had been to lunch without, like, the parents or the kids or whatever, and then we, like, sort of reformed that again, so, we
And
yeah.
it's happened. I appreciate you saying that with me because I didn't know that. Caroline just came to visit me. She just went to see also Christopher, and I'm glad to hear that because it's important. It's important,
It is
and
important.
especially
Family's the
for the next
core.
generation, for
Yeah.
my grandkids that didn't have, you know, a family support.
Yeah. I mean, John and I have talked about it, and we talked about it again because you knew we did that lunch, and again, we're adults now, and our past take us different places, different locations. But at the end of the day, we're always able to know that we can pick up the phone and call each other, and we have each other's
Exactly.
back.
I
And
like that.
all four of us know that whether we show up the way we need to at times, like that's a whole different debate. But
So
like we're always there for each other when we need to be.
so that tells me we both parents, set of parents had done the best thing, and we to see what you guys are right now. The same what we wanted, and you guys are living it. I'm so
You
happy.
guys taught us our values,
Yeah,
so
exactly.
Exactly. So we've always felt the love. That is for sure.
And going back to that, those values came from my parents, comes from your parents without realizing it. When you have you know, there's some things as a parent, you like, "Well, I don't like that they did this, I don't like that they did that." So when you have kids, you're like, "Well, I think that makes sense." And then I'm gonna go that journey. So that I give my parents a lot of credit for that.
I think the growth though part of it though, to your point, is 'Cause I would say I would argue that the way your parents showed you love is different than the way you showed us love, but at the end of the day, they were showing the love the best way they knew how to show love in the
Absolutely.
circumstance,
And
and then you took the best of that, and then you changed the worst of that,
and
and then John and I now have seen the way you showed us love, and we have taken the best of it, and we've seen parts that maybe we didn't like, and now so I think it's an evolution, but to your point, the
absolutely.
core is always love.
Yes, I agree. Yes, absolutely. Very much so. Very much
You
so.
did a really good job of articulating that, Brian, because I was sitting here visualizing sort of that journey from generation to generation.
It is.
And like if you distill it down to what the core attributes are, it's faith, love, and one day at a time. Like honestly, because those are the three things, the red thread that carries us through. Life's not perfect. Life takes you through pits, and it takes you to your highest highs and your lowest lows. And the only thing that's ever stayed constant for me is the great family that you guys have built for us, essentially. So we're very, very blessed for that.
I love it. Okay, mom, you have talked about a lot of things. You survived raising us for 30 plus years. You spent 30 plus years in the classroom, international flights to India, but now it's time for the real test. You have listened to this podcast. You know our tradition here. We want to
Oh,
put you in the hot seat
okay.
and allow our guests to learn about you through rapid fire. John,
Okay,
take it
here we go.
away.
It's time for another round of this or that, the unhinged get to know you game.
Yeah, that's right, Dia. You know how this goes. No overthinking, no teacher answers, just the first thing that comes to mind. Don't edit it. Okay, chosen family, get ready. It's time for this or that, the Mama Bee edition.
Okay.
All right. Dia, are you into a Florida winter or a New Jersey spring? Answer carefully. Bring your sweater.
Well, I like that New Jersey spring, which I'm gonna go now, and I like my Florida weather in the
In the
You
winter.
love them
I
both.
like both.
Okay.
I like both. I
She's
like
like,
my
I'm not this or that. I'm packing up all the answers and taking them with me.
No, but that's the thing people don't know about my mom. She retired a few years ago, and her biggest struggle is she likes to be close to family, but she also likes warm weather, and that is her biggest tension right now that she deals with literally every single day. Okay, you are a traveling woman. Even before you retired, you and dad have been traveling, you have seen the world. Do you prefer Singapore or Paris?
ooh. Ooh, that's a hard one. I like Singapore because it was just modern, but I like France. I like Paris. It's just unique. I mean, chic.
She's not picking, guys, today. She's
I
loving
just loved
everything.
it. I loved it. I loved it.
I like Dia, when you're not traveling and you're just back home with the grandkids, are you into a movie night out or you like an outdoor adventure with the grandkids?
Outdoor adventures, I like a lot with them. Even in that inside the house or when I do it at home, it's just more quiet time. But adventures is always what I enjoy with them, taking them out, parks. We just got on scooters when they came down to visit for
Yeah.
Easter. So outdoor adventures. Even when I'm in New Jersey, I used to take them out. We go walking, stuff like that. In the house, we do our thing. So it's just a balance. Time to get a balance on both sides. I like them both.
Wait, can I time out here really quick, Brian? Because the other day, Dia, I was out walking around the lake with some friends because it was a beautiful day out, and they pointed out a tree, and I said, "Oh, that's the gumbo limbo. It's also known as the tourist tree." And my friends looked at me like I was crazy, and they said, "How did you know that?" I said, "Because one summer, my aunt and my mom, who were going back to school, took a class, and they took us to every natural park in Florida. We had to learn every tree and every animal, and that stuck with me." And they like laughed. We had such a big laugh about
Yeah.
it. So your outdoor adventures might be rubbing off on your grandkids too, because it
I
rubbed
have
off
a
on
front
me.
one over there.
I
I
thought
see.
you'd like that one.
I like that one. I like that one.
That's so funny.
It's
We
a
yeah,
good
we
memory.
were definitely a part of your college experience.
Yes,
Okay.
Yeah.
absolutely.
We asked this question to everyone, gay man or not. You have seen dad wear a mustache, try and grow a beard. Do you prefer scruff or no scruff on a man?
No scruff, and I tell you why.
Please.
When I met your dad, he had a mustache. It was, like, down this way, and it wasn't trim. So when he would kiss me, all these things was was tickling me, so I said, "Cut it off." So so I don't like him with, I like it smooth.
Move. Yep.
A ticklish lady, I get it. All right, yeah, it has been really tough to nail Brian down over the past few decades. He's been everywhere from LA to New York to London. So, do you prefer visiting Brian in LA or in London?
London. Oh, I had so good memories of London. Loved London. Love it, love it, love it. Love
Lots of travel.
London. We visited did a lot. I actually found myself there. My name was in B it's called B.
Oh,
Yeah,
you
we
see
found a storefront.
like on a keychain or something?
No, a whole
No,
bakery.
I think
Oh,
I think Adam found it or something. It was a coffee shop. So I love that. And, oh, with this Christmas time, I have good memory of Christmas time. It's the best thing there. And then, so before we went on a trip to, Iceland, Brian opens the window, the kitchen window, and he throws the Christmas tree up the window. So I had so much fun memories
that was
in
a tall
London.
flat. How else would you get a Christmas tree down? You really
It
would
was
have to
so
grow
fun.
it
That was
out.
it's fun. I
Well,
loved it.
to my mom's point, once a Christmas tree dies, like, if I'm gonna walk it down 3 flights of
It
stairs, I'm
was
gonna have
so
to
fun.
sweep that whole thing. So I said, "Let me
Loved
just
it.
open the window and chuck it out," and Adam was down there waiting for it, and that thing exploded
It's
because it
fun.
was old.
You almost started a fire in London.
And it is nice now that n we have Kenzie you have Kenzie and I, and we're going back to London to show
Yes.
them, where they've been, so it's
Yeah, we're
that
staying
Amazing.
right
I like
there.
Are you
London.
guys staying over there by the little flower shop?
Yeah, our little hotel's on the same street, so we'll
Oh,
be able
oh
to,
my
like,
god,
be
it's
right there
so
on the
nice.
corner.
Oh,
Oh,
that's amazing.
and that's good. They have a pub a block away, right there.
Yeah, they do.
I love
Smart.
that
I had
pub. See what I remember. I love that, so I'm looking
I
forward
had a
to that.
birthday dinner there, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, keep it going.
Okay, mom, do you prefer homemade Cuban food or a fancy dinner out?
A fancy dinner out because the Cuban food, we do it every day, parts of the meal we do it. So when it's time to go out, I like to go out.
She
Let
puts on
somebody else.
all the dresses and makeup, and she
Oh, the
takes
makeup,
herself
the
out.
dresses, or even I don't even have to do all that. I just get blue T-shirt and go on. As long as we go out, it's fine.
When you're not whining and dining and you're sitting home in your soft clothes watching Out Loud and laughing, do you prefer to listen to us or do you prefer to watch us?
I prefer to watch. I like to see expressions. I think I get more out of your host, your guest, I'm sorry, your guest, and you guys. That's just I prefer that. I prefer this what I'm doing now. Watching you guys.
A true voyeur, love it.
I love it. Okay, this is the last one, mom, and I want you to think about this one. Do you prefer to be remembered for your determination or your kindness?
Can I pick both?
You could talk about it.
Determination. Um, just work out whatever I need, whatever I'm thinking about or wanting to do. If I can do it, I just keep trying and trying and trying. And what was telling them kindness, always be kind. Being kind makes you happy.
Mhm. I
Look at the
agree.
positive. Always look at the positive. Positive. Always stay positive. Why not?
I love that kindness is rooted in so much there. Dia, this has been so special. Happy
Mm,
Mother's Day to you, and thank you
thank
for
you.
being the original bestie and for showing us and our chosen family where we get our spirit from. You really are the definition of love and compassion, and thank you for being like a second mother to me in my life.
Oh, you are.
Love you, mom. Thank you for everything. Of course, we'll have you. And to our chosen fam, we do hope this conversation reminds you that family isn't just who you're born with, it's who shows up and does the work for you.
Stay loud, stay laughing, and hug your chosen fam because they are the core of everything you are. We'll see you next week. Bye, everyone.
This was Out Loud and Laughing.
We're available everywhere you get your podcasts: Spotify, Apple, YouTube, iHeart, or wherever.